The Dallas Police Department is facing a shortage in police officers, and the chief there says millennials are partly to blame.
We have nights, weekends, and holidays, and those are some of the things that are not necessarily attractive to the millennials who want all days off and to be the chief in 6 months. So we recognize that that is a challenge for us.
No kidding. To increase interest, Chief Renee Hall is even looking at eliminating some of the automatic disqualifiers like past minor drug use. But is lowering the admission requirements the right idea? Here to weigh in is former police officer, investigator, and crime and justice expert, Vincent Hill. Vincent, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing okay. What did you think about the chief down there in Dallas saying, look, the kids today, they don't want to work the weekends, they don't want to work at night, and they want to be chief by 6 months of service?
Yeah, well, she's absolutely right. And, you know, policing is definitely not a job where you're going to have quick gratification and quick promotions and things of that nature. So, you know, she's right. It's not a 9-to-5 job. It's very stressful. There's no hashtag Care Bear in policing. It's a very stressful job that I really don't believe millennials are even prepared to do.
Well, that's a problem because recruitment right now is down. What do you think about the suggestion that some police departments might actually have to lower the hiring standards?
Well, listen, Steve, Chief Hall, she's in a very tough spot. She's the new top cop. Crime is up 4% for violent crimes in her city. Other cities in Texas are 90% lower in crimes overall, so she's in a very tough spot. However, I don't really necessarily agree with lowering the standards of hiring recruits because police have to be held to a higher standard of those they're sworn to protect. So anytime you start lowering those standards, you start to get what you pay for.
You suggest that what, for instance, she should do there in Texas is she should go over to some of the military bases like Fort Hood, Shepherd Air Force Base, places like that, and make a pitch there because those people who have already dedicated their lives to public service would be a great fit in the police department.
Yeah, absolutely. Fort Hood's only 3 hours away. Shepherd's Air Force Base is, I believe, 4 hours away. I personally went to the police academy just 2 weeks out of getting out of the military, out of the Army. So I was a top recruit for the police academy. I was prepared mentally, I was prepared physically to do the job of policing. So I would stress hiring better qualified candidates, going out doing recruitment at military bases where you're going to get qualified candidates willing to do the job.
Exactly. Willing to do the job and understanding what the job is. It's tough these days. Vincent Hill, we thank you very much for joining us today with your point of view from Atlanta.
Thank you.
You bet. All right. Meanwhile,